All right, we are live on Kick, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and I think TikTok, if I got my settings right. Though I've never actually seen it work on TikTok. Who knows? Who knows where I'm live? But I'm here, and we've got a lot to get through today. Holy cow, it's been a week of gaming news. Oh my gosh. So there's so much to talk about, from the 3,600 Microsoft jobs that have been removed this week. So many people unemployed, to the news that Obsidian is going to be making the next Fallout game. Holy cow. A lot to talk about, and I'm here to answer your questions. So whatever you want to talk about, the upcoming new Fallout game, maybe, remasters, whether or not they're happening, and of course, any lore questions you have, I'm here to answer. Whether you want to respond to any of my recent shorts or talk about any of my recent videos, now's the chance. I'm your guy. We're here for the next hour or so for a Q&A portion. You have questions, I have answers, and then we'll dive into the game. We're continuing with Mouse PI. I'm struggling to get other games working on my computer. I went through 4 different games to try and get them to work, but due to my CPU issues, they weren't. But at least Mouse PI is working, and it's been a lot of fun. So, looking forward to diving back in. Good to see Demon Straight 86 Pegasus add horses to Fallout and Grid Drifter on Twitch today. Good to see all of the regulars, members, and Patreon supporters on YouTube today. Starstruck, Automatic Beats, Lunar Knox, Craig Euler, Devilisher Human, Tim Payne, The Magic Q. And it's Starstruck with the first super chat of the day. Ox, should I get a new car in August or save up? Well, I guess that's my fault. I did say you have questions, I have answers, so yes? Thing is, save up for what? Like, if you're not saving up for a car, what are you saving up for? College tuition, a mortgage, a ring for your fiance? Who knows what you could possibly be saving up for? So, admittedly, I'm probably not the best one to answer this question for you. But yes. Yes. Vince M., a member for 78 months, says, Evening Ox, hope all is well with you and the family. Missed you last week. Yeah, sorry about that. I canceled my show last week due to just being completely overwhelmed with all of the festivities revolving around the 4th of July. I had lots of family in town, lots of family staying over at the house, and I just couldn't get away to do the show. So sorry about that, but I'm here now, and it's good to have you on the program. Did you hear about Sony's plan to end physical copies of games as of 2028? They're getting a lot of backlash for it, and it's justified backlash because it's part of their strategy and the gaming industry's strategy as a whole to remove your ownership of games. For the longest time, we've been able to buy the disc and own the game and loan it to friends. And when we're done with the game, sell the game. And then there's an after sale market where people can buy used games for cheaper. And that entire thing, it's costing them money. Not a lot. Like, I wouldn't say it's a lot, but it's a little bit of money. And even though the industry has moved towards digital downloads and so many people are purchasing digital downloads, they're still choosing to remove our ownership, whether it's legit ownership or even just the sense of ownership or people enjoying a collection of games. They're trying to remove that just to increase their profits. So they're getting a lot of justified criticism. This move is not popular. It shouldn't be popular. People should continue to make a big ruckus over it. And hopefully they'll see some sense, but I don't have high hopes. Urarur says, new Fallout by Oblivion? What say ye, sir? I say Obsidian, not Oblivion. But that's okay. You know what? It's late, and I haven't even had my first sip of the night. So cheers to Oblivion. And cheers to Obsidian. The Vivid Kiwi says, welcome. No, the Vivid Kiwi became a Silver Ox. Thank you so much. The Vivid Kiwi. And Chuck Wynn's comment ties into Urawarer, so I'll read his as well. Hey Ox, just got promoted to manager at work. Should be able to super chat more with the rumors surrounding Obsidian doing another Fallout. Do you think they can make something good as New Vegas again? Yeah, so for those... Urawarer says, you know what I mean. Yeah, shut up. Yeah. I know what you mean. So for those who haven't heard the news... Roman on Facebook says, hey, Ox. Hey there, Roman. Due to the major Microsoft restructuring that happened recently, some of the flagship studios that Microsoft acquired several years ago, including Bethesda and Obsidian, you almost made me do it, they're having their priorities readjusted by Microsoft. Many of the games that many of their studios were working on, in Obsidian's case, Avowed, have been canceled or shelved or just, put away for now. And in exchange, Obsidian has been instructed to work on Fallout. And that's part of their overall larger strategy of working on established IPs and giving gamers what gamers have been asking for a long time. And of course, gamers have been asking for a new Fallout. It makes sense for Microsoft to want to make a new Fallout game, particularly now. And this is something that we've been talking about for a while because, as I've said, we're in the middle of a Fallout renaissance with the Fallout show underway, and now is the perfect time for Microsoft to capitalize on that by releasing a new Fallout game. So if they weren't working on a Fallout game, they really should have been. And Fallout New Vegas has been a fan favorite for an extremely long time. One of the highest rated Fallout games. I believe IGN came out with a poll last year asking about what the fans' favorite Fallout game was, and New Vegas was top of the list. So to have Obsidian step in and take over working on a new Fallout game makes a lot of sense. But we haven't been talking about that because Bethesda and Obsidian and Microsoft have all been tight-lipped as to what they were going to be working on next, which is why the rumor mill for many years now has been spreading around the idea that they're going to be coming out with a Fallout 3 remastered or a Fallout New Vegas remastered. It's all been talk about this remastered version of a previous Fallout game, which I've said on numerous occasions that there has never been any evidence for. The companies haven't come out and mentioned that they were working on a remastered Fallout game. No journalist, no reputable journalist has come out and said that they've got evidence that they're going to be working on a remastered Fallout game. But all of that changes this week because Jason Schreier, who is a really respected gaming journalist and whose predictions have almost invariably become true, came out in an article that he wrote on Bloomberg talking about how in the wake of all of the mass layoffs that Obsidian has been instructed by Bethesda to work on the new Fallout game. What will that be? Fallout 5? Who knows? Fallout New Vegas 2? No idea. But yeah, that's what the news is. And I'm typically not one to take rumors and believe them wholeheartedly. I'm really, really conservative when it comes to what I believe in terms of gossip and gaming news. But Jason is a really trusted source. So if he says it and he published it on Bloomberg, it's pretty likely to be true. So I think we can expect a new Fallout game to be made by Obsidian, and I'm really excited about it. As to when it's going to come out, I don't know. And the thing that troubles me about this news is that it sounds like they weren't working on a Fallout game. Like they haven't been. It sounds like the reason this is news is because neither Obsidian nor Bethesda had been working on one up until now. Like they have just been given instructions by Microsoft to switch gears to pivot and to start working on a new Fallout game, which means they haven't been working on one before, which means we've still got years to wait. Will Obsidian be able to crank out a Fallout game faster than Bethesda? No one knows. There's no way to possibly know. So I think it's probably going to take several years. Another thing that I've been thinking about is, where they're going to set it with the show going on, right? If the showrunners and Bethesda and Todd Howard want the show to be canonical, then it's going to be very difficult to be creating a show that's canonical and simultaneously creating a new Fallout game that's also canonical without stepping on each other's toes. Now, they could get away from that by setting the new Fallout game someplace far afield, like on the East Coast instead of the West Coast, and using factions that are brand new and not using factions that have been used in the Fallout show. But historically, they haven't done that, right? Historically, they've got to have the Brotherhood of Steel in there, right? So the likelihood that the new game is going to come out before the show ends, I think, is probably slim, which means we're probably going to be waiting a good 4 to 5 years until we get a new Fallout game. Of course, I could be completely wrong, but we've got, 3 or 4 seasons left of the Fallout show, and I don't think we're going to get a new Fallout game until after the show ends. That would make the most sense in terms of storyline at any rate. Now, could they release a new Fallout game while the show is still alive and well and publishing episodes? Yeah, they totally could. They totally could. How that's going to work from a lore perspective, I'm not entirely sure. If I had to bet, if Obsidian had their way, I think they would probably want to create a new Fallout game on the West Coast. I think they'd want to pick up with the world and the universe that they're familiar with, that they've been nurturing or had been nurturing with the creation of Fallout New Vegas, rather than move all the way to the East Coast and trample on Bethesda's territory there. So I'd probably predict them to do a game on the West Coast. Maybe it would be a New Vegas 2, and then that would leave Bethesda to do a Fallout 5. But that's just a guess. So yeah, lots of news. It's something to look forward to. It's certainly exciting. I think there's certainly enough reason for us to be nervous, right? Because remember, it is Obsidian working on this new Fallout game, according to Jason. But the Obsidian of today is not the Obsidian of 10 years ago. It's changed. Since then, they've released The Outer Worlds and The Outer Worlds 2. They've released a number of games, and a lot of the employees who were responsible for Fallout New Vegas have moved on. Does that necessarily mean that the quality of this new Fallout game is going to suffer because of it? No, not necessarily. And there are still a number of names at Obsidian who worked on the previous Fallouts, including Tim Kaine and Joshua Sawyer, the director of Fallout New Vegas. And Joshua Sawyer in particular, I think it's great news that he's still there and that he likely will be working on this new Fallout game, because I think that his vision is primarily responsible for the concise direction that New Vegas went down. So having him at the helm would be wonderful news, I think. So yeah, lots of reasons to be nervous, but also plenty of reasons to be hopeful, I think, as well. So, it's really sad that this comes in the wake of so many people losing their jobs. That's really the negative, just the downside of all of this. And it's a frustration that this had to happen for Microsoft to kind of figure out, we should be making more Fallout. Right. Why did 3,600 people or so have to lose their jobs for Microsoft to make a decision that the fans have been clamoring for years? Right? How many fans have been, yearning for a new Fallout game? How many fans have been yearning for Obsidian to make a new Fallout game and talking about it vocally in YouTube videos and on Reddit and all over the internet? Very, very long time. But it takes this moment, mass layoffs, the company moving towards AI, for Microsoft to finally get with the times and, give Obsidian the green light. But, we can count our blessings. At least we have a new Fallout game in the future, if Jason is to be believed. And he's a reputable source. He's one of the most reputable sources in the gaming news industry. So I think we all have a very good reason to hope for the best. Alicia Wolf is on Facebook and says, I love these streams. Happy Friday, Ox. I'm grabbing some Scotch. Cheers. Thank you, Alicia. Enjoy your Scotch. Starstruck says, where did the creepy doll from your last stream go? I meant to say, or save up for a trip to Japan. With your, okay. Well, I mean, it depends on why you want to go to Japan. Like, there's still a lot there. I mean, do you want to go for tourism reasons? Are you going for school or for a job? Are you meeting somebody there? Like, what's your reasons for wanting to go? Where are you in life? Again, I can't make this decision for you. If you're at a place where you've achieved all of your scholastic goals and you want to celebrate, yeah, go to Japan. If you've achieved all of your career goals and you're just wanting to go, have a vacation, totally go to Japan. Do you need the vehicle is the question. Do you need the vehicle to continue your life? If you do, then you might want to do that first before you go on a pleasure trip to Japan. But travel is also really important. Travel is one of the reasons we exist, to sort of take in more of the world. So I don't want to underestimate the importance of travel. So it's really up to you. I can't give you the best advice there. Devilers Human says, hi Ox, have you or will you do a video on the full story of Robco and Mr. House from Fallout 1, New Vegas, and 76 like you did with the Enclave? I guess I don't understand, because Robert House wasn't in Fallout 1. I mean, Robco, I don't even believe was in Fallout 1. I could be wrong about that. I don't quite remember. But I've done a video already on Robert House. I did a video all about the House ending to Fallout New Vegas, siding with House, every scrap of dialogue that we can go through with House in New Vegas. I did a video on Anthony House, his brother. I did a video on the Robco Service Center in the Commonwealth, where we see all of the RoboBrains. I've done a video on the Mr. Handy Robot, the lore behind the Mr. Handy Robot. So I've done a video on all of those topics. I guess what you're getting at is, have I done like a comprehensive video just on the Robco company, piecing all of the information that I've already published in other videos into one big comprehensive tome about Robco? Okay, yeah, I could make a video on that. I haven't done it yet, and it's not really on my list right now. Right now, I'm working on another video at the moment, but it's a great idea. So I guess if you want to see a video on the full story of Robco, let me know. Mr. James Henry says, hey, no force fields. Give me Fallout 6-7. I think there would be a lot of people in Gen Z who would be frustrated at you for saying that, and would probably cry out in agony. No, we do not want a Fallout 6-7. That would be painful. Levon Adonis on Facebook says, what's happening tonight, Ox? Tonight is just another night of Scotch and Smoke Rings. We're playing more Mouse PI, going over the news of the day, and, celebrating the fact that we're going to get some more Fallout in the near future. And by near, I do mean half a decade from now. I mean, I guess that's near as far as Bethesda's concerned. Alt Grendel says, I ordered some German food online. The sauerkraut has arrived, but the worst is yet to come. I like it. Good. Thumbs up. Well done. Laura says, I'm apparently not living as intended since I don't travel. Okay, like, listen, don't take everything I say literally. If you're not a traveler, that's totally fine. You don't have to travel. I think it's most people's ambition in life to travel. I don't think I would be out of line to say that most people want to travel to, different countries and visit different cultures in life. But of course, that's not for everybody. Some people are perfectly comfortable and happy staying home, and there's literally nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So I'm not judging. If your perfect life for you is staying at home, that's totally cool. I love it. Satsurozoma says Mouse PI has been updated and patched with a side of cheddar. Yeah, you're right. I saw that as I was getting ready to go live today. They did release a patch, and one of the things they fixed in the patch was they allowed it so that you can go back and replay previous missions, which I complained about a couple of streams ago because you miss side quest stuff if you don't catch it the first time, or if you make a wrong turn and you can never go back. They fixed it. Now you can go back to a previously completed mission to get what you missed and complete side quests. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to replay missions I've already played. But, I mean, for the completionist out there, you can now go do it. So very cool to the developers there. Murdoch MMQCR says, Ox, in a future Fallout title, would you be interested in seeing the Minutemen return as a faction? For example, if they appeared in a game set in New York? That's a tough one, because in general, I want the game to explore new factions in new places. One of the wonderful things about Fallout 4 is we are introduced to the Minutemen, and the Minutemen are a fascinating faction with a lot of really interesting history, and I'm glad that they created a brand new faction for Fallout 4 that we got to explore instead of bringing in yet another faction that we were already familiar with. What if Fallout 4 was the Brotherhood and the Enclave and the Followers of the Apocalypse and, I don't know, some other pre-existing faction? I mean, that would be a bummer. We got the Railroad, we got the Institute, we got the Minutemen, all new factions. The Railroad and the Institute had been referenced in Fallout 3, but we never really got to explore any of them until Fallout 4, and I liked that. So I guess I would be a little bit bummed if the next Fallout game was just the Brotherhood and the Minutemen and, you know, factions that we had already known and grown to love. Plus, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. The Minutemen are an exclusively Boston-centric faction. It wouldn't make sense for them to pop up in New York, right? There would have to be some major world building that would have been done behind the scenes or in the intervening years between the events of Fallout 4 and Fallout 5 that would have to explain how the Minutemen migrated towards New York, right? How they grew as a faction to be able to have any sort of legitimate presence in New York. So I guess I would say I would prefer other factions to appear in a new Fallout game. Laura says, I got old, Ox. I totally would have traveled if time and money and opportunity had come my way while I was younger. Now I'm a hermit. Watching you in games is all the travel I need. Well, I'm glad that you're satisfied. But you know what old people do to travel is they go on cruises, right? That's cruises. That's the old person travel. So for some people, it's their entire retirement as well. But with a cruise, you know, it's much more leisurely. You don't have to, deal with the frantic, hectic flights and layovers and all of that stuff. And you've got all the food you need, and you can rest whenever you want to, and you still get to go to exotic locales. And they're, more affordable than they used to be in the past. So anyway, travel's always an option, but of course, it's not a necessity. Paul Kopax says, Ox, why is divorce so expensive? Because it's worth it. I joined the club. I'm free. Well, Paul, welcome to the club. As a recovering romantic, I still have admiration for those who are successful with marriage, who are able to navigate its murky waters and come out unscathed. The divorce is hard. Divorce is sad, speaking as someone who was divorced. But it's also sometimes necessary. And sometimes it's what you need to do to not only be happy, but to ensure the happiness of your dependents. So yeah, I'm glad that you're feeling positive now that you've come out the other end. Chuck Wynn says, I hope Obsidian is in charge of the dialogue at least. Most Bethesda games have very safe dialogue, especially Starfield. I hope this new Fallout can be a bit more mature, like New Vegas. I agree with you to a certain extent. Starfield aside, there were still plenty of mature themes in Fallout 4. And plenty of great weird humor in Fallout 4 as well. Not quite as zany as Fallout New Vegas. New Vegas had a lot of zany humor and a lot of mature humor, ranging from Fisto to Cook. There was a lot of mature storytelling in Fallout New Vegas. And I do appreciate that, because sometimes with mature storytelling, you can explore some darker themes that are, really good to be explored, like the story about Corporal Betsy from the NCR. So yeah, I hear you. And Obsidian, I hope, will be able to tackle some of those themes in their storytelling. Will it be any different in 2027, 2028, whenever we get this new Fallout game compared to 2011 or whenever Fallout New Vegas was published? I forget when it was published. I don't know. I mean, the entire gaming industry has changed a lot since then. Microsoft is going to be risk adverse, and Microsoft now owns Obsidian. So will there be a big difference? I don't know, but we can at least hope. Jaquito says, bit of a nerd question. Do you have any personal homebrew factions you thought of? Like if I was creating my own Fallout campaign, like in a role-playing game? No, I've never sat down to try and come up with my own factions. I'm sure I could if I, sat down to think about it. But I haven't done it yet. It would be, I would need to know where the game was set to be able to come up with some good factions. But I don't have any that I can pull out of my sleeves, unfortunately. Rod Nee says, here's a couple of bucks towards keeping the lights on, Ox. Thank you very much, Rod Nee. Always appreciated. Cheers, my friend. Rage Inducing says, who's Colonel Betsy? Did I say Colonel? I meant Corporal. Corporal Betsy from the NCR, whom we meet at Camp McCarran. She has an entire side quest surrounding the raider Cook and a driver and FI and some other fiends. That's really tragic. It's a really dark, tragic story. So it took some bravery on from Obsidian to be able to tell that story, I think. Struck says, would you rather be an intelligent super mutant like Marcus, an intelligent glowing one like Jason Bright, or one of the crazy scientists from Big Mountain? Definitely not a super mutant, because they're sterile. Marcus was really self-conscious about that during the events of Fallout 2, because you can bring it up. And he gets really defensive. He tries to play it off like a joke, but it's not a joke. Like, that was the entire plot point of Fallout 1, is that super mutants can't reproduce. And then you bring it up as the chosen one to Marcus, and he's like, you jokester, you. No, that's totally not true. No, he's definitely lacking something in his life. And so I wouldn't want to go that way. And we also remember from the Repcon Test Center that there were some very fine ghoulettes with Jason Bright's company. So they probably are social. And I like being social. I'd probably choose Jason Bright. The guys from Big Mountain, they're lost. Like there comes a point when your madness is so mad that you no longer realize that you're mad, and you're no longer having fun being crazy. And I think that's kind of the point that the scientists at Big Mountain got to. So I guess I'd choose Jason Bright. Carlson's channel says, how long before it just falls off as a ghoul? Yeah, but as we learned from the Fallout show, appendages can be sewn on, right? And he was able to articulate it after sewing it back on. I'm counting on that. Alt Grendel says, so how's Chowder doing? Chowder is doing very well. He is big and fluffy and meowy. He's constantly meowing, but he's a good kitty. Michael Ewan says, it's been a year since Fallout London. How do view it now? My opinion on Fallout London hasn't really changed since I finished my series on it, because it's just a high watermark for storytelling mods for Fallout. The story was great. The world building was exceptional. The side quests were fun. The characters were unique. The setting was superb. It was just so well done. And I love the fact that they tried to keep it as lore friendly as possible. It could be a canonical game in the Fallout universe if it had been made by Bethesda. Like, it's that well done. So yeah, nothing but praises for Fallout London. Cody Yang says, Ox, do you think it's possible or impossible for Roger Maxson to form the Brotherhood of Steel? Ox, do you think it's impossible for Roger Maxson to form the Brotherhood of Steel? So it is possible it happened. Are you asking me like in a real apocalypse, do I think it would be impossible for some, former military officer to create a faction like the Brotherhood of Steel? I mean, no. Like, if there was a worldwide global apocalypse and America as we knew it ceased to be, I think a lot of different factions would pop up, whether they were created by former military service members or just everyday wastelanders. Would there be a faction as weird as the Brotherhood of Steel? Maybe not. But, take a look at the Wild West. When America was pushing west, after they finally got over the Appalachian Mountains, there were lots of really weird communities that formed. When the government was pretty weak, when the United States, the country was new, the United States government didn't have a strong federal presence in all of the states and territories. They call it the Wild West for a reason, because law and order was really local. If your town didn't have a sheriff, there essentially was no law, because it's not like the feds were going to be, riding in on their horses to make sure that the laws were followed. So because of that, there were a lot of little weird societies that emerged. I mean, just look at the Mormon Wars. Like, there were battles between the United States government and Mormons in Utah, right? So I think, yeah, there were weird communities that sort of grew during the earlier years of the United States. And I think if a brand new nation were to be created, there would probably be some strange communities that evolved out of the ashes of a global apocalypse as well. Rodney says, here's another couple of bucks specifically for your Fallout London series. I'm loving watching it. Thank you, Rodney. I had so much fun with Fallout London. Elena Sherwood says, great to catch you live, Oxhorn. Greetings from Germany. She's on Facebook. New game recommendation, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. It's a remake of the 2013 game, launched yesterday. Thanks. I did see that news. I've had Black Flag recommended to me for a very long time, and it's an Assassin's Creed game that I probably would really love. However, the resynced version has abysmal reviews on Steam right now. I don't know if that's due to the quality of the remaster or the resync, or if it's just due to all of the transactions that they're trying to push on you with Black Flag. I'm not sure. But yeah, the reviews are really bad right now, and I wonder why. Douglas Sparks says, been watching you for a long time, love your content, and falling asleep to your Fallout 4 videos. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you, Douglas Sparks. Will do, my friend. Sawyer on Twitch, which reminds me, I really should get some mods for my Twitch chat, says, I'm ordering a butt plug with your face on it. Should I go for a black or pink base, it's $6.99 and I need to know. I mean, you're going to be enjoying it, right? I won't be enjoying it. The chat won't be enjoying it. It's not like you're going to be taking pictures of it and posting it for others to enjoy. This is purely for your pleasure. And you have publicly said that your idea of pleasure is my face in your ass. I would never have said that. It's not something that would have come to my imagination. So at this point, all I can recommend is choose a color that you like best. Sawyer says, oh no, I will be posting it. I mean, okay. I'm touched a little bit, actually. It's kind of nice, really. I mean, you wanted a butt plug and your mind went to me. So it's cute. It's touching, really. I guess I would go pink. It's always easy to go pink in situations like that. Roy Parson on Twitch says, Oxhorn, you're great. I wasted a whole comment on that. That's not a waste of a comment. That's a wonderful comment. Thank you, my friend. Douglas Sparks says, I didn't think I'd hear this tonight. I didn't either. What do you think I was imagining we would talk about tonight? I thought we were going to be talking about the new Fallout game that apparently Obsidian is working on, or gaming industry news, or even the game. But no, now we're talking about butt plugs and what color they should be. Thanks, chat. This is why I just want to be a hermit. I want to go into an island somewhere by myself with like just coconuts and a hammock. I want coconuts and a hammock and the waves for the rest of eternity. Just coconuts, hammocks, and waves. Oh, my life would be so much easier. Okay, I'm loving the commentary. I'm loving the conversation that this has brought forth, and you're making my mind go in a number of very interesting directions. Like, I've got great responses, but I think I need to elevate the chat a little bit. You dragged me down. I'm not going to go any further down. I'm going to try and climb back up. Let's climb back up out of the gutter, out of the deep crevasse that we have descended into. We have slid down the crevasse and we're now circling the pit. Let's get out of that pit. Let's climb to the surface. Elevate the chat. Let's elevate the chat. Right? Just for today. Josh Glover says, always weird to see Oxhorn going live on the West Coast as I'm getting ready for work here on the East Coast. Also, please clip the butt plugs segment. Oh my God. I shouldn't have read it. That's the thing. I chose to read it. What's wrong with me? Diesel Outlaw says, thoughts on Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 getting remastered? Big fan of the channel and especially the Fallout 4 creation reviews. Thank you. I had a lot of fun going through all of the Creation Club content for Fallout 4. You know, people have been rumoring a Fallout New Vegas or a Fallout 3 remaster for years now. And the rumors have been so poorly... There has been such a poor foundation for all of those rumors. No one from Bethesda or Obsidian or Microsoft has come out to confirm those rumors, and no respectable journalist has confirmed them either. I mean, the most we've gotten is speculation from YouTubers. That's essentially all we've gotten. So I don't put a great deal of stock in the idea of a remaster. If it does come out, I would play it, right? I would love there to be a remaster, not necessarily for my benefit, because I've already played all of those games and I've done content for them and I know them, right? But because I realize that older games are a barrier to entry for many people with newer PCs who have to go through a lot of annoying, tweaking just to get a game to work, because it is a Bethesda game. So for their sake, a remaster would be great. So if one came out, I'd be all for it. Is there evidence one is coming out? No. Do I have high hopes that a remaster is coming out? No. And especially in light of the recent news that we did get from a gaming journalist who is reputable, saying that Obsidian is working on the next Fallout game. Now, could they be working on a Fallout remaster? I suppose they could. He didn't specify that. He called it a new Fallout game, so I assume that means a new game and not a remaster of an older one. I think it would be a huge waste of resources for them to take Obsidian and put them on a remaster. Because they've got so many brilliant storytellers at Obsidian that they should be making new stories. And that's what I want them to do. I want them to make new stories, not retell the stories they've already told. Rodney says, I'm cautiously optimistic about a new Fallout game. That said, Obsidian isn't what it once was. I'll wait for Oxhorn's review. Obsidian is not what it once was. That doesn't mean that it's bad. Like, they have come out with some really good, thoughtful games since Fallout New Vegas, like Pentiment, for example. I haven't finished it, but I did purchase it for myself a few years ago, and I played through it, and the writing is astounding. It's a really, really well done game. So, I mean, they're still knocking out winners. The Outer Worlds weren't the biggest winners, in my opinion. They were decent games. They were okay, but I don't think like they really hit home with the tone and the vibe of those games. But many of the core creative minds behind New Vegas are still at Obsidian, in particular Joshua Sawyer. So I'm also going to be cautiously optimistic. Will Patterson says, part of me wants the new Obsidian Fallout game to be set in China. The games already have plenty of lore for it. Part of me wants that too, for, morbid curiosity. But I think a Fallout game set in China would fail because it wouldn't feel like Fallout. The feel of Fallout is a very specific feel. It's a 1950s Americana. It's an atom punk sort of thing. And China in 2077 had a completely different culture than America in 2077. So if you set a game in a post-apocalyptic landscape in China, that culture is the culture that would have evolved over time in that wasteland, not the sort of atom punk American culture that we're used to in Fallout. So I don't think it would really work. As curious as I am to explore lore in China, it wouldn't have the same feel, and so I don't think they would make a game there. Deuteronomous says, congratulate me, Ox. The renovation is complete, and it turned out great. The bathroom turned great. Only gotta buy a few new furnishings. Hey, congratulations to Deuteronomous on your new renovation. That's amazing. Renovations can be really stressful and expensive, so I'm glad you have come out the other side. The Vivid Kiwi says, would you prefer the new Obsidian Fallout game to follow after the events of New Vegas and the show on the West Coast, or be an entirely new location? I don't want to wait for the show to end, to be honest. The show has, 3 or 4 more seasons left, likely. So that's 3 or 4 more years, if not more, that we're going to have to wait if the new game comes out after the show. And I don't want to wait that long. So ideally, I would like them to put it in a new location, whether it's, along the southern border or somewhere in the Midwest or even somewhere in annexed Canada. I think you could still have an atom punk feel in annexed Canada. Somewhere far away from the West Coast and the East Coast, where there has been very little world building and storytelling done. I think that would give them a lot of flexibility to create a brand new story and introduce new characters, and it would be fascinating. I'd love to explore that. If the show weren't an issue, like if we could snap our fingers and the rest of the Fallout show would be done tomorrow, then I would say that, yeah, I'd like to see Obsidian continue with the story that they told in Fallout New Vegas. Maybe, 30, 40 years after the events of New Vegas and the Fallout show, let the dust settle on the Fallout show, and then continue with the story after that. Yeah, they did such a great job on the West Coast and in Nevada that I'd love to see more of that. Cody Yang says, Ox, if Fallout is still isometric, what would your content be like? Well, it would be like all of the Fallout 1, Fallout 2, and Fallout Tactics content that I've already published. I've done hours and hours and hours of isometric Fallout videos for YouTube. I've gone through all of the stories of all of those isometric interplay Fallout games. So that's what my content would be like. It would be like what I've already done. The Vivid Kiwi says, if the show leaves New Vegas entirely, the game could take place there while the show is still airing. Yeah, it could. There's a lot of dicey stuff there because it means that the developers would have to go to the showrunners and say, okay, we want to set our game there. You've moved to Colorado and you're continuing east. That's great. Could you make sure you don't ever come back to the West Coast while doing the rest of the show or mentioning the West Coast in any way? Because we're planning on starting a new story over here. I mean, there's like, they would have to continually communicate with each other and make sure that they're not stepping on each other's toes in terms of lore, and it would get really complicated from a storytelling perspective. So yeah, it's possible, but having two people who are nursing the flame of Fallout lore at the same time simultaneously is dangerous. It's dangerous. Tony J says Ox would have 176,000 subscribers instead of the 1.76 million if it had stayed isometric. I don't know about that because my Fallout 2 playlist in particular is one of the top viewed playlists of all of the full stories that I've done. And if you combine my Fallout 1, Fallout 2, and Fallout Tactics playlists, all of the interplay content that I've done, it's millions and millions of views. So there's still a great deal of people in 2026 who are, ravenously interested in the interplay Fallout games, even though they're isometric games. Josh Glover says, sorry about the clip commit. Any plans to cover the Terra Armada DLC on Starfield? Just got back into the game. I liked Shattered Space. No plans at the moment. I gave Starfield the old college try. I really did. I spent weeks live streaming the entire game, doing every quest I could, meeting every faction, meeting every character until I completed it. I published a dozen or so lore videos on it. I really tried to make Starfield content work, but the interest just isn't there. And for a variety of very, very good reasons. I talked about this at length, back when I was streaming Starfield and in subsequent live streams then. For all of the good that Starfield did, all of the good world building they did, and the NASA punk theme that they really nailed well, the storytelling was just not up to par. It just didn't match previous storytelling from previous IPs. I understand that it was difficult because it was a brand new IP, but they made so many mistakes from a narrative perspective, in my opinion, that there just wasn't, they couldn't hold on to the interest. That, the narrative problem, and then also they managed to make space uninteresting. And I think primarily it was due to the way that they randomly generated the surface of planets. There was a huge mistake, and I am really surprised that they made that mistake because it was something that people foresaw. When you've got, hundreds of planets that you can possibly explore, there's no way that you can handcraft each one of those. And Bethesda was really well known for handcrafting locations with, interesting lore and environmental storytelling that you could explore. So how were they going to translate that into hundreds of planets you could explore? Well, they had to randomly generate planets as you traveled them. And it concerned me before the game even came out whether or not they would be able to tackle that properly. And they chose to tackle it in just one of the most boneheaded ways possible. Instead of creating custom handcrafted locations, and they did a few that were great, like Neon was amazing, the Freestar Collective hometown, and the other guys, whatever they were called, the new Atlantis city. Those were all really wonderfully made handcrafted towns. But what they did for for exploring planets is they created like 15 different handcrafted dungeons. And they put them into a list, and every time you loaded a new planet, they would just randomly throw one of those dungeons down on the planet. But it meant that you would have ice dungeons appearing on volcano worlds, or you would travel from one planet all the way to a completely different area of the universe, and you would find the exact same dungeon with the exact same posed bodies, with the exact same notes and holotapes. Everything about it exactly the same, because there were too few unique handcrafted pieces of content that they put into the queue. And it could have so easily been avoided by if they simply had a checklist. Oh, you already generated that dungeon on one planet? We're going to darken that on the checklist so that the next time you go to a planet, you actually explore something new. They didn't do that. Like, why would you not do that? It didn't make any sense. And it led to a universe that felt recycled. It led to a universe that didn't feel real, which is why people aren't interested in Starfield as much as they are the Elder Scrolls and Fallout. Chiquito says, are the casinos in New Vegas Gamora tops the Ultralux pre-war or post? Not the building structures themselves, the signs. I thought they were post-war. If not, what's the point of Angelo's sign shop? They're pre-war casinos. And the point of Michelangelo's sign shop is that neon does break, right? It would be unlikely, I think, for any of the neon signs or the marquees to still be working 200 years after the apocalypse. I have neon signs in my own home that die after a couple of years, right? So the point of Michelangelo's sign shop is to repair the signs that were on the strip and make new ones when they got destroyed, right? So I don't think that necessarily is an incongruent detail there. I think you can have Michelangelo's sign shop and casinos that existed before the bombs dropped at the same time. Dumo Genesis says, I play your Starfield playlist in the background when I sleep. Thank you, Dumo Genesis. Despite all of the criticism that I just levied against Starfield, I still really enjoyed my playthrough of it. I thought the shipbuilder was superb. I think No Man's Sky has since eclipsed it, but it was at the time really novel, the way that you could edit your ships, and there were some stories that were really well done as well. So it just didn't hit as many nails on the head as they should have. All right, we got less than 10 minutes, and then we dive into the game. Will Patterson says, do you think we could get a playable super mutant character option from the start of the game? I think we could. And I think that's one of the directions a Fallout game could go into that they really haven't done, that I think people would absolutely love. We're always playing a human. We're almost always playing a vault dweller. And I know that that's established tradition from Fallout 1. Because we were a vault dweller in Fallout 1, the descendant of a vault dweller in Fallout 2, a vault dweller in Fallout 3, a vault dweller in Fallout 4. But New Vegas proved that we don't have to always play a vault dweller. We played the courier in Fallout New Vegas, and it's one of the best Fallout games that has ever been published. And I think the same can be said for Species as well. It would be wonderful to be able to create a new character in a Fallout universe, and at the beginning of the game, choose the kind of character you're going to be. A super mutant, a ghoul, a human, a member of the Children of Adam or something. I don't even know. A Wendigo? Who knows? But to be able to choose the race of your character, as is done in so many other types of single-player role-playing games. Of course, that would make it more complicated to tell a story. But I think that it's something Fallout could really do. And it's something that they haven't done yet. Cornelius the Great says, is the Minutemen your favorite faction? It is mine, and you inspire me to join the Minutemen, and I have to thank you for helping me find my favorite faction. Yeah, the Minutemen are one of my most favorite factions from any of the Fallout games. My problem with the Minutemen is that they're really dependent on a cult of personality. Because it's a military faction, right? The leader of the faction is a general. The entire point of the faction is to militarily defend societies that need their help. And military factions aren't good at nation building cultures, building, societies. They're good at defending them, not necessarily building them. I could foresee the Minutemen under the leadership of a bad person becoming a military dictatorship. And that's not something I would ever want. So I prefer the structure of the NCR for all of its faults, because at least then people are still voting. They have a Senate that you can vote for. They have a president that you can vote for. And voting, I think, is really necessary for a thriving democracy to evolve in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. Now, could the Minutemen get all of that? Yeah, the Minutemen could do that. It's just not the way it is in Fallout 4. In Fallout 4, it's really just a military faction. So we would have to have the Minutemen sort of divest the scrappy militia part of its faction from the sort of civilization and settlement building part of its faction as well. Starstruck says, would you rather buy a spot in a random vault before the bombs dropped, suffer Bud Askin's fate as a Roomba, or hide in a ranch up in Bakersfield? I'd take my chances hiding in a ranch up in Bakersfield, because, worst case scenario is you just die from the radiation. Best case scenario, you live for a few more years before you die from the radiation. So I don't think I would really want a vault life or become a Roomba. Douglas Sparks says, what kind of torch do you use to light your cigars? It's just a butane torch. I got this free with a box of cigars I bought years ago. The name on it is in cursive, and it's really faded. Ingenuity? I can't read that. Can you read that? Like serendipity, ingenuity, something? I don't know. So I'm not sure what brand it is, but it served me well for many years. Cornelius the Great says the Minutemen were made to help the Commonwealth, and as you said, not be a government. That is what the Commonwealth government was going to be about. The Minutemen were going to help the people they don't choose. Now, you're right. There was a government. There was a Commonwealth provisional government that tried to emerge from the ashes in Boston until the Institute decided that they were just too messy, that voting is just too complicated, and so they massacred the entire Commonwealth provisional government, which is a story that Nick Valentine can tell us when we do his companion quests, which is a tragedy. So you're right, the Minutemen were never supposed to be a government, and I don't think ever intended to be one. But for lack of a Commonwealth provisional government, the Minutemen is really the best option that we have. And so we would need to make sure that if the Minutemen begin to, create more settlements and help the Commonwealth heal, that a government did sweep in. A government where all of the settlements could vote instead of it just being a military structure. Alt Grendel says, time, Oxhorn. Is it time? It is. Wow, you're keeping me on schedule. Thank you so much, Alt Grendel. All right, let me fire up the game. Thomas McCormick says, Hi Ox, did you read/watch X-Men comics/cartoons growing up? They released a new animated show, and it is really good. Highly recommended. Cheers. I didn't read any of your comics, but I did watch the Saturday morning X-Men cartoon in the 90s when I was a kid. And I really enjoyed it. It was my favorite cartoon at the time. I loved Gambit. I think Gambit was my favorite X-Men. And my brother loved Wolverine. Of course he loved Wolverine. But then I sort of fell away from X-Men as I grew into adulthood. I think I watched one or two of the movies that came out, and then I haven't watched anything since. But I read an article recently that Patrick Stewart is making the upcoming X-Men movie his last film role before he retires. And I love Patrick Stewart. I'm a huge fan of his. So maybe I should catch up on all of the X-Men movies that I've missed so that I can enjoy his final acting performance. Okay. Well, attend the Fever River Steamboat Party. Can do. Here you go. This is about the update that I just downloaded. Revisit levels to grab remaining clues and collectibles or wrap up unfinished side jobs. Drive to a completed level and hit revisit. If the level has variants, you can switch between them. Replaying a level won't affect your current main story progress. Leave the revisited level whenever you like. We're doing a riverboat, right? Okay, how do I get over there? There.
The job seemed easy. Find Sims, snap a pic. Victory was practically in the air. What a lovely breeze.
Hey, mister!
Yeah?
Mind taking a picture of us, mister? Just got married, see? I didn't have the money for a wedding, and, well, you know, work.
All right, sure. Here you go. So, this is your honeymoon?
Oh, you betcha. Long way from home, traveling by boat.
And making a buck along the way. Marriage is fine, but, bread on the table's much better. Gotta work.
Yeah, thanks for the photo, mister. Here's our address. Now, back to work, honey.
Right, poor guys, poor shrews, working their honeymoon away in the bowels of a steamship. Okay, who's whistling the title screen music? Blocking my way, huh? All right. So we got one path forward. Toilet paper? Toilet paper? No toilet paper! What happens if we fall off there? I'll find out. Locking my way?
Marcia, where the hell's the damn card? You were supposed to bring it.
I left it on the fridge, you absolute lemming.
Great. Just great. Guess we can kiss the party goodbye. Oh. Great. Just great.
I left it on the fridge, you absolute lemming.
Can't go up. I can't go there. I gotta go up.
Card, please.
I'm, press?
You could be the shrew pope for all I care. No card, no entry. Move along, pretty boy.
Great. Guess I gotta track down that pass.
So, on the fridge, eh? Alright.
Did you hear? Pre-party's happening at the cigar lounge.
Pre-party at the cigar lounge. Don't mind me, I'm just wrecking everything. Ah. Well, we're on the other side of that room. And we're stuck, and we can't go through there. Okay. Well, I think that's the way we need to go, but there was one more thing up here that I didn't explore. That was the top
Come
floor.
on, boys, on the double. Those stairs ain't gonna fix themselves.
Banquet hall, can't get in there. The stairs up are broken.
Wow, a real technological marvel we got here.
Oh my. Requires cabin 9 key. And I can't get through there. That was cabin 6. That's cabin 5. Ah, okay. Well, that leaves one path left. I dragged him up to my room, switched our clothes, then sent him out the window. When the commotion hit, I made for the fire escape. Yeah, it was a rotten idea, but what was I supposed to do? They'd have killed me, and he was already dead. Secret.
I left it on the fridge, you absolute lemming.
Great. Just great. Guess we can kiss the party goodbye. Ugh.
Okay. Well, I have missed something. Let's figure out what. Probably just like a little crawl space that I missed. What was it again? Detective brush. Oh, come on. There we go. M. Oh my gosh, it was. It was one vent.
It's a hell of a lot of blue cheese in one place. Yeah.
You press.
Yeah?
Good. Listen, my wife's around here somewhere, face deep in a bowl of blue cheese. And these losers circling her like vultures. Sooner or later, some mouse will try to get in her undies.
Ew.
Now, me? I'm a proud Sigma, see? It's beneath me to go around looking for her. But you, you could do it for me, buddy.
Yeah.
Just find her, snap a pic of whoever she's mousing around with, and we're golden. Got it?
Yeah.
I'm a proud Sigma, he says. Wow, okay. Let's go find this unfaithful wife. Ah, show the card to the bouncer. Yay. Pardon me. Requires captain's key.
Oh, sweetheart. This ship doesn't sink without me. If it goes down, I go down with it.
Can't talk to him. Okay.
You don't remember me, do you?
No. Card, please.
Yeah, okay. Here.
There we go. We're in. cabin 1, cabin 2.
Damn it! It's stuck! Guess there won't be no tax evasion candle blowing business today. Sarge is gonna kill me.
Binary Ghost says, ab ortu mundi existi attaque ex stabo donec ultima stella de Kylo Cadet. Sometimes, but only on weekends. Okay, hold on. Was there anything else I missed? Nope, that opens on the other side. Okay. Ah. Storage room key. And shortcut unlocked. All right. Okay, well, I found the storage room. Key. Snap a damning photo of Captain Sims.
Now, where's the perfect spot for this shot?
Okay, that's where I need to go to continue the plot. But what's this? Fish. Secret found. Nice. And there's cabin 9 key. Yes, okay. Well, so before moving forward, let's go open up some of those secrets. Because you never know when the plot's going to advance and they're going to lock you out of it. Was that upstairs? Yeah, cabin 9. Captain's key, yay. Okay, I also have the storage room key. Oh, that's where we found the 2. Shortcut unlocked. Okay, now we need to go to the captain's cabin. Where was the captain's cabin? I don't remember. It wasn't through here. I think it was... Oh. Captain's cabin. This looks right, I think. Undercover agent. Wait, no, this is where I need to go. Shoot. I don't want to advance it. There we go. Hey, schematics. Nice. Okay, now I think I can advance it. If I remember where to go next. Oh, that's right. I need to take the photo of his wife. What was the undercover agent?
Hey, psst.
What's up?
You press?
Spot on.
Good. Listen, I'm undercover. Internal affairs.
And you're just telling me this.
Don't question my logic. We're building a case on Sims, but we need more evidence. You in?
What's the job?
Simple. Take some pictures. You do carry a camera for a reason, right?
One might say that.
Good. I need shots of some key BMP members. Get close, snap a pic, bring them back to me.
I can do that. Where do I start?
Not sure exactly. But they've been sniffing around the concert hall. Shouldn't be too hard to spot.
Concert hall. Okay. That's the banquet hall.
There we go.
Top brass. All right, we got the photo. Hey. All right, well, let's go turn that in. I'm getting all the money.
Did you get it?
Sure did. Here you go.
Perfect. These'll make a fine addition to our case. And to my promotion. Here, your cut.
Wow, what a score. You know, it might even be enough for 2 pairs of socks.
I got $2 out of that. They gave me 2. Right, so I need to take a picture of the unfaithful wife and snap a damning photo of Captain Sims. Well, we know where Captain Sims is. But could we snap a damning photo of him? I don't think he was doing anything damning at the time. There's the captain's cabin. There's Captain Sims. Yeah, we can't snap a damning photo of him just yet. Okay, so let's try and figure out how to get back to that one place we were at. The kitchen. We need to go to the kitchen. There we go. Aha! But that's gonna advance the story. If I take that, will I not be able to do the side quest? As soon as I take this photo, it's gonna advance the story. Captain Sims and Big Mouse Party are in this together, shaking hands, rubbing shoulders.
The hell was that?
Ah, crap. Forgot about the damn flash.
Well, well. Look who washed up, huh? I remember you, Pepper. MPD's little shoeshine star.
You remember me?
That wasn't a compliment. Now, you haven't just ruined my day. You've made a mess I'll be cleaning up for weeks. That won't do.
Damn right it won't, because your little trafficking side hustle ends here, Captain. I'm burning it all down.
Ha! Good thing we're moored on the river. Now, die!
Whoa! Oh, and of course.
Oh, look at you, Captain High and Mighty. Well, what goes up crashes down harder.
That's it? Okay, am I not supposed to be fighting him here? Okay, I can't go out there. I can't go out there. Can't go out there. Can't go out there. Can't break windows. Can't go out there. All right, so I do have to defeat him here. All right, so let's try a different gun. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, after each time I hit him, then more enemies will swarm.
I idolized you. I saw you throw muggers into a cell with one hand.
For you, it was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday. Big mice, and for me. Dodge this. Say goodbye to the cannon.
Oh. You were the chosen one.
What?
You were supposed to be one of the good guys.
I'm as good as this shit deserves.
Plane. Yeah, this is gonna be awkward. That's for the shrews, ass face. And now for my daring escape.
Oh, okay, well, we did it. Okay, daring escape time. Michael Ewan says, I've encountered this same retaliation before when I returned an overcooked steak to a nice restaurant. Luckily for you, they've left excess cannons. Those cannons came in handy, Michael Ewan.
Why is it that wherever I go, something ends up on fire? Need a hand?
Nah, man. I'm done for. Just leave me be.
Nah, it's just a scratch. You're gonna be fine.
Nice one. Appreciate it.
I try.
Forget about me. Get to the wheelhouse. There's an emergency inflatable plane there.
An emergency what now?
Just go. Okay. I'm gonna die now.
We're waiting.
Vada a bordo, cazzo!
I will press the big charge!
At least I'm collecting all the cash. What? I didn't even get close to the fire. Come on. Oh, please.
There it was. The inflatable plane. And the deflated pilot. A little too trusting for his own good.
All right, I'm leaving the rest of the ammo.
Never meet your heroes, they say. And sometimes they are dead right. Sims, a shining star of the Force, turned out to be the mastermind behind the crooked cops and the shrew kidnappings. He didn't just bite off more than he could chew. He crossed a mouse that once believed in him. At least the shrews are safe now. As for my problems, well, nothing a glass or two of John's best fondue can't smooth over.
He bit off more than he could shrew.
John, it's time.
It's time all the time. I don't see what... Wait, you don't mean...
That's right. Time to crack open the good stuff, bud.
Go with the bang or go with the whimper? Oh, I'm going with a bang.
Double cheese Furman, the oldest vintage you got tucked under there. Make it 2 on my tab, and don't skimp on the salt, huh?
Well, slap my tail and call me fancy. I was starting to think this bottle would outlive us both. Big day, huh?
Big enough, John. The missing shrews case? It's done. Turns out it was messier than a trench coat and a cheese burst. Crooked cops, cheese leggers, offshore money, a real crime circus. And now, it is over.
Uh-huh.
I got 'em all, John. The redlining drones and the crooked queen bee. And those shrews are heading home as we speak. Most of them anyway. No more raids, no more kidnappings. Just, thought you'd like to know.
Uh-huh.
Well, don't choke on all that lifted spirit.
Look, Jack, don't get me wrong. That's good news. Great even. Warms the old ticker. Maybe even earns a headline or 2. But let's not kid ourselves. It doesn't end here. Give it a week, maybe a month, and someone else will start clipping. It's just how it is. Always has been. And until rodents like me can take a bus without getting face planted in a rose bed simply for being short, it ain't over. Your drink's salty enough without me raining on it. You've done good, Jack. Real good. It's just...
Nah, John, I get it. It ain't the finish line, but it's a step. And if that one step gets you closer to making Shrew Thicket a reality again, then I'll keep walking.
All right, you noble idiot. Making me all misty-whiskered.
To Shrews, John.
To Shrew Thicket.
Better fill Corny in.
Oh, new quest?
Jack, good to see you, buddy.
What is it you want now, John?
Oh, you wound me. But since you're asking, I'm in the market for a fish.
So grab a rod and catch one.
Oh, but not just any fish. A special fish. For a special fish dish.
Wait, you're not asking for fish sticks, are you?
Really, Jack? That's a low blow. No fish sticks, no. I need, I think it's called marinated herring. Canned, not fresh. Some old world delicacy. Not exactly easy on the senses, I hear.
Oh.
Yes, I've only heard stories, Jack, but...
Yes?
Be careful with this one, all right? Just stay sharp.
Search Wallop Bay for canned herring. Cornelius.
So, sport, is it done? Did we save the little guys?
Well, it's done, and they're safe, more or less.
And the bastards behind it? Did they finally get a slap from the hired arm of justice?
Uh-huh.
Jack! You there, buddy?
No, Corny, I'm not there. None of this is there. Hell, none of this is even in the right country.
Jack.
It was Captain Goddamn Sims. Him and his pack of crooked badges he either bought or bullied into his operation. The same Sims who was my shiny friggin' North Star when I was sweeping pavement as a beat cop. Briefly, anyway. He wasn't just off course, he built the course. He was running this trafficking ring the whole time. I didn't want to believe it, Corny. Not until the pieces fit too damn well together to ignore.
You know what they say, sport? Never meet your heroes.
Yeah. Well, I didn't just meet him. I dragged his crooked keister and his fondue laundry all over their fancy boat. A few others got caught in the net before the rest scattered like stale cheese crumbs.
But the shrews are safe now, right? Shouldn't that count for something?
Yeah, sure. For how long? How long before someone else comes along, thinking they can make an easy buck off the little guy? Before they write shrews out of their brave new world plans? Maybe you'd get it if you talked to any of them. I mean, John's right there, and boy, does he have stories.
I would, Jack, but...
You know, Corny, your heart's in the right place, but sometimes I think you miss what's right under your snout. From up there in your high perch, you don't see the grind, the cracks. Life's messy down here. It's real, and it pities nobody.
You know why I came to you with this in the first place?
'Cause I'm dirt cheap and too stubborn to quit?
No. Because between the two of us, you're the one who gets it. Boots on the ground, eyes wide open. You understand this world in ways I never will. And I trust you to do what's right. So while you're busy taking this wicked machine apart piece by piece, I can make sure it doesn't get rebuilt. And with crooked cops out of the picture.
It wasn't just crooked cops, or cheeseluggers for that matter. Too many highbrow mice on one boat for it to be just a coincidence. There's something else here. Something bigger. I just can't pin it down yet.
You will, buddy. You just can't fix it all in one swing. Remember what I told you back in the old world? After we dodged that shelling right before R&R.
Live to fight another day?
That's right, soldier. Live to fight another day.
Well, I like Cornelius, but I wonder about him.
Well, if you're going to the docks, Jack, I left something over there.
What kind of something? And what the hell were you doing at the bay?
Oh, well, I didn't go there, per se. The customs authority withheld some merchandise I imported. Some of the finest cheese sticks in the world. From a lovely faraway island where beefy artisanal rats roll them with their tails. Truly a luxury, I tell you.
So why not go get him yourself?
That's the problem. The shipment got stuck in the usual the bureaucratic mess, you know. It changed hands here and there, and got lost, so to speak, somewhere around the docks.
And you want me to track him down for you?
Oh, I'd really appreciate it. Those silly customs officers couldn't find their own behinds if their lives depended on it.
All right, sure. Consider it done, buddy.
Ooh, I'm picking up side quests. Holy cow.
Fancy a good flick, Jack?
Depends. Why do you ask?
I need your help with a little showbiz matter. If you could take a moment out of your busy schedule.
I'm all ears.
A few days ago, I dropped by Tinsel Avenue. Did some interviews on a family show set. See, I was expecting a reply letter from a promising young screenwriter. But so far, nothing. Not even a scrap of paper. Now I'm starting to wonder what happened over there. Be a dearie and poke around, no?
And what's in it for me?
The joy of giving? My eternal gratitude?
Unfortunately, gratitude won't cover my bets at the roach races, Wanda.
You're a cold, cold mouse, Jack. Just find my screenwriter. Or a letter, a note, anything, really. You'll get your compensation.
Oh my god.
Jack?
Wanda?
You got anything, fresh for my piece?
Oh, yeah, I did. The place is a pit stop for the kidnappers and the scientists. They're dumping the shrews somewhere in the swamps, Wanda. And it's not the cheeseluggers doing it either. It's some crazy eggheads and a bunch of lab coat mice.
The price of progress is asking for trouble.
That may be, Wanda. This ain't about Steve. I mean, it might have been at the beginning, but it's growing larger and larger like a gargantuan cheese wheel rolling down a hill.
Man, you can't stop it?
I don't know if anyone can.
The stench from the underbelly is really assaulting my nostrils.
Yeah, maybe I should take a bath. I did just crawl out of the sewers.
What? No. Ugh. Just follow the lead.
Goodness. I wonder if the update has anything to do with having unlocked all of these new dialogue options with so many characters. I mean, look at my quest list. It's huge now. All right, any new magazines or newspapers? Oh my God, yep. Mouseburg Herald number 25628. Squirrels, history or myth? One of the older Mouseburg Herald issues, a history edition. It features quite an essay on the fabled squirrels. Mythical creatures of forgotten times whose crumbling temples are still preserved in many parts of our fine country. What the heck? Scholars posit these beings were likely our ancestors. Their ruins are filled with stone statues vaguely resembling bushy-tailed rodents. Unfortunately, not a single one has survived intact, so we are left asking the same question again and again. What the heck is a squirrel? Worker strikes finally stopped. One of the Mouseburg Herald issues published during the Quite Big Affair, it features a major editorial arguing that the ongoing worker strikes had to be stopped and that deploying Allied mouse services against the workers was the only and best course of action. A casualty toll appears on pages 16 to 18. Yikes. The affair is over. One of the older Mouseburg Herald issues, this one has a very uplifting front page. A mouse soldier kissing a shrew nurse. A crowd tossing flowers and cheese rinds into the air. In large, triumphant letters, the headline declares that the Quite Big Affair is finally over, and all brave surviving soldiers can at last return home. 1919, the Quite Big Affair? Mouseburg Herald. Betchaville, now and then. An old Mouseburg Herald issue, a touring edition. It features the town of Betchaville, best known for two things: mystery novel writers and its adorable dialect. The former are especially plentiful, though some critics claim they're just writing the same book over and over. So much so that you could turn it into a cheese-chugging game. Take a sip of blue cheese fondue every time a novel includes wistful reminiscences, rat bullies, or takes place in some bumhole near Betchaville. You betcha. More comics. Now, I know you didn't kill the poor guy, but I still don't know what to do with you. I didn't kill him. See, I made good money with some bad folk, and, I skimmed a bit of too much fat off the top, so I figured I'd better disappear, lay low in the hotel. But I got bored. Guess we'll have to explore to see how that one continues. Next, let's go do upgrades. Oh, guess who's got a quest for us? Of course.
Hey, kiddo.
Oh, hey, Jack. Your engine's humming like a lullaby, and what's with the luck, eh? Did you get roped into another case? And tell me.
Not a chance. Well, nothing special anyway. Hey, I'll catch you later, huh? I gotta poke around the opera house.
Oh, fancy. Hey, maybe you could do me a teeny favor? Could you,
Yeah?
take a picture for me? I've never been to the opera, you know. They'd never let a grace mousey like me in. But you, with that trench coat and the whole manly mouse man thing going on, I'm sure they'll roll out the red carpet. Just one shot of the audience. It's gotta be crawling with flaming hot celebs. I'd love to see that.
In my line of work, Tammy, it's best to stay out of the spotlight.
Pretty please.
All right. One picture for my favorite engineer.
Another one.
So, what are you gonna do next?
Tough call, but I gotta go scratch the underbelly.
Yeah, I've heard the older it gets, the more rubbing it needs.
What? No, Tammy, I meant the city subway. The rotten underbelly, the big stink.
Oh, gotcha. Well, watch yourself. Back in the day, the subway was an old cheese like a smuggling route. But word on the street is they're still running the shady enterprise through the tunnels. But hey, if you're gonna go down there...
Yes?
Well, see, they used to have these black market workshops all over the place. Mostly full of junk I don't give a rat's tail about. But back when I, worked in the area, I came across plans for some seriously fancy stuff. Mostly guides to fixing rides and tuning engines, that kind of thing. Jack, I'd be really, really grateful if you find...
Say no more, kiddo. I'll keep an eye out for the plans.
Thanks, Jack. You're the bestest.
So I think what's happening is I'm getting a bunch of side quests for missions I've already done that were previously locked behind other prerequisites that I never completed or something. And with this latest update, I'm now getting them all. And now that I can revisit past missions, I can do them again. But I'm not going to revisit past missions. All right, we got 4. What do we need to upgrade now? Oh, all these require 5. All right, let's do this one.
I'll need more proof to be sure.
Okay, Swamp Oddity. Head to the Quagmire. Well, where's the Quagmire? That's gonna take me to Tinseltown, right? Okay, that's gonna take me to Tinseltown. Let's see if we can find the Quagmire. Anarchist69 became a bronze ox. Thank you, Anarchist69. The Quagmire.
Crooked cops and their phony roadblocks. Classic. Better stick to the cage trail, wherever it leads.
Shantytown key. Oh, here we go.
Can't see Jack. Hope they have the same problem.
Well, I set myself on fire. I'm a genius. I feel like I'm on a Disney ride. That fire is useful, I'll say. Dear Mousley's Life Anew, an old Mouseburg Herald issue, a touring edition. It dives into the history of the city formerly known as Leningrad, before its annexation to the United Nests of the New World. At the first sight of an economic crisis, the city, largely made up of Old World migrants, decided to waive its autonomy and, allegedly, sold itself to the UNNW for a tanker of cold fondue. It was promptly renamed Dear Mousley and set about proving its worth. The resident mice packed up and returned to the old world, and frankly, good riddance. Shantytown Key.
Huh. What a cozy little settlement. Oh, hell.
King
I'm melting. Looks like these cheese leggers missed the memo on quitting.
Got it.
Tracking waypoint. Looks like I'm on the right scent.
He leaves his feet behind. I don't remember setting that on fire, but okay, I'll take it.
Bubble, bubble, toiling. Definitely trouble.
The song will stop.
Oh dear. A house Bug Granny built. There was a cabin in the woods. A house Bog Granny built. She hoarded all the forfeit goods and set the world up tilt. There lay a stone and a foul stick, a hearty mouse flesh sauce. Ew. A copper cube would shift and click and spit out men of moss. All the crosses swung up or down in the house Bog Granny built, and every face would wear a frown, ridden with guilt. With guilt, 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 guilt. Bog Granny. ACEG?
Well, if it ain't mon petit helpful cheese wedge, done tumble back on a Destiny's lazy Susan, have ya?
Lady, I inhaled so much bog stink, I barely remember my own name.
Maybe I ought to put my cauldron off the double.
This place, it ain't some regular shack, is it?
It used to be, Shell. Some 40 years back belonged to a little shrew lady, one of them office folk tired of punching clocks. Built this place with her own 2 paws. Live off the land, fed the critters, kept bug off all that questionable cheese. Some say she was a real witch. But
what?
But the same company she ran from bought out the whole area. Booted her out. Since then, this place been home to all kind of shady folk. Cheese-leggers, them scientist types, magicians.
Par for the course with this case.
Anything that can go just right, just might. But it worked the other way, too. Witches, magicians, scientists, folk like that. They don't leave a place untouched. Juju lingers, no? And whatever went down in that old uphill resort a fortnight ago, well, you can see for yourself.
What resort?
All in due time, Shell. All in due time.
All right. I got a trail to follow and it's getting cold. So how do I get out of here?
Oh, that part's easy. You need the key of diamonds.
Just the key of diamonds?
That and a little creativity. But I seen you work, Shell. You'll do just fine.
One thing before you go. That little shrew lady you've been talking about. That you?
Oh, bar forbid, baby. I might look old, but I'm much, much, much older.
Right.
It's bigger on the inside.
The wall. No. Stop the disharmony. Come, boy. Your song will end. The song will.
Right. Oh. Oh my god. Well, I forgot I could do that. Oh.
looks heavy.
And for once, I was right on time. A, E, C, G. It was A, C, E, G.
Plin Plin Plon never fails.
Okay, I did it. Where's the secret? What did I get? What did I get? Okay, well, I did it, but I don't know what I got, so. Guess I got the experience.
And she's gone again.
Well, what about the other room? A-C-E-G, yeah. Okay, did I miss out my opportunity to... Crap. Oh, this is the secret I got. Gotcha. Okay. Hey. No. No. Well. Well, I don't have the diamond-shaped key. Cheese and butter and salt. Oh. That's just a baseball card. Equals heaven. On the crossroads, I sold my soul to cheese. Where's the piano? Oh, okay. I see. Aha! That's the darkroom key. Oh. Okay. Okay. Dark room, dining room. Right. I guess I shouldn't try to make sense of it just yet. I think I'll open these doors. Oh. Spooky. Oh. Creepy. What is with the mannequins? Even in the mouse universe, we've got mannequins. Clue. A cheese powder snuff box. Everyone got one of these during the war. This one, though, this one looks more than familiar. Saeed Thaker says, "Hi Oxhorn, I love your Fallout content. I have a doubt why there is no NCR or any mention of NCR in Fallout 4. Well, I think...
She wasn't yanking my tail. Steve was really here. Hot damn.
I think the explanation is pretty clear. Fallout 4 takes place in Boston on the East Coast, and that's far outside of NCR territory. NCR territory is California, and then they were moving on into the Mojave Wasteland during the events of Fallout New Vegas. They hadn't even made it, across the mountains. They were not even going towards the Midwest. The East Coast doesn't know anything about the NCR because it's on the opposite side of the continent, where the NCR doesn't have any authority. Got it. Okay.
The South is paying for it. Ah.
This feels wicked in about 12 different ways.
Ah! What was that?
Diamond keys are forever mine.
Uh-huh. Right.
They just keep making more of you, huh?
That big bubbling death is just great. No.
So that's where the crooked cops were ferrying the shrews. The uphill resort. Or as city mice like to call it, a good old nut house. Place has been locked down tight ever since that, incident 20 years ago. Getting in's gonna take some finesse.
See if they have any newspapers. Yep. Who needs the old world anyway? One of the Mousburg Herald War issues, this edition focuses on the ongoing war effort during the so-called Quite Big Affair. And the one question gnawing at everyone's thoughts, why the heck are we fighting someone else's war? Why must our soldiers spill their ink and sweat in the old world's no man's land? No man's land. The answer, if there's any, remains quietly unspoken. Lots of good World War I references. Okay, I think that's it. At the Roadhouse.
Something tells me the next step is pinned to the end of a gray string.
Sit down, Jack. Have a drink with me.
Why, are you thirsty?
Oh, no, it's just... oh, never mind. Mr. Brown, 2 glasses of your finest fondue.
Coming right up.
All right, you got something on your mind, or we just drinking the drink?
Oh, no occasion. Just need to take the edge off. You know, politics, backroom deals. You wrestle enough snakes, you start wondering if you have scales yourself.
Huh. So we getting sentimental now?
Right you are, my friend. Those were the days, eh? Us 3 against the whole world.
Funny. I remember it different.
Oh?
Yeah. A lot of smoke, a lot of gas. And that sound. You know the one. Like a drop of water that won't come out of your ear.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Jack?
Wanda?
What's new, Wussy Mouse?
Oh, not much. I gotta go to the nut house, though.
Well, I'm glad you're ready to have that talk. I've been thinking about an intervention.
What? No. I mean, actually go there. It's a dead end for the missing shrews. And Steve's cheese crumb trail ends right at the front gate, too.
So, what's stopping you from getting a room with a view?
Well, I do have this fancy perforated card.
And you really needed to run this by me? Just go and punch in.
The trafficking route ends at the base of the Nut House Cliff. The road up's been out of use for a while, but there's another problem. Nobody walks in or out easy since they slapped on some fancy schmancy locks. I know, I've tried. Resolve lead.
Of course. The old nut house's crest. Ain't the sanest spot on the map, but I got that card and just enough crazy to get in.
Crooked blockade. The crooked cops are in the wetlands as well, holding the roads, keeping something out or in. And Bandle's snuff box. A cheese powder snuff box. Everyone got one of these during the war. This one, though, this one looks more than familiar.
Maybe it is all connected.
Uh-huh.
Any grand plans, Jack?
I don't know. My brain's running on fumes. If this keeps up, I might just check myself into the loony bin.
Oh, good.
What?
What?
I ain't crazy, you know.
Oh, I know, Jack, I know. It's just that, I heard from a friend who heard from a friend that there's this, asylum for those impaired in some ways. And apparently, a lot of celebs throw their wildest parties there, you know, like some real freak-offs. My other friend says it's all BS, though, so I need proof. That's where you come in.
Tammy.
No, listen, Jack. Word is, this whole loony business is a scam. A front for the real tinsel deal. If you ever make it there, snap a photo and bring it to me. I'll whip up something extra in return. Deal?
Yeah, sure.
4, not enough. So I need 15 to fully upgrade my remaining weapons. All right, do I have time for one more? Yeah, I think I got time for one more. Let's go to the movie sets.
The place smelled like crap, which made me sure the mob was close.
Reggie, they're here. Every Tom, Dick, and Reggie.
Yes, Sherry?
Don't you Sherry me, you simpleton. They came, the whole lot. Do something.
You there!
Well.
Well, look who it is.
It's me again, sure as shooting. What's got you all fired up now, man?
I've got to get in the control room pronto.
Ooh, no. Not that easy, amigo. Gotta flip them switches first.
Switches. And I just waltz right in there.
This is the Tinsel Brothers studio. You can't just waltz in everywhere like that. You need switches, stitches, stinky britches.
Well, the case is blown then. My pants are patched and shamefully clean.
Oh, switches need no stitches. They need just a little sniffing round the corner. Easy to spot if you stay sharp.
Sharp, I can do.
Find them switches. Dorothy? Oh, yeah. All right, yeah, I called that one right, I guess.
Reggie, you moron. Pepper's here.
Pepper? Why would we need Pepper now? That stings in the air.
Jack Pepper, you imbecile. Call the bodyguards now.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Oh. Right. One. 2. Two. Okay, so which one first? That looks important. Let's do the other one first. Oh, hello. Secret found. And a card.
Hey, it's my office. Wait, am I that cliche?
The tinsel is finally awake. An issue of the Mouseburg Herald featuring a 4-page piece about the winds of change in the movie industry. The report outlines the requirements for a good movie that tackles various social issues, tells people what to think and how to act, and eventually moves the whole rodent civilization towards a brighter future. A small handwritten appendix states that the Tinsel Brothers still does not pay extra and forces directors to shoot not 17 but 19 movies a day.
Times they are a-changin', right?
Oh, wow. Oh, I can't go back. Come on. One at a time. Fine.
Hope I'm not one of them men from up the stairs.
Oh, God. Well.
Oh, that's the stuff.
I never understood that. The finger gun isn't more powerful than another gun, and it prevents you from switching to a more useful weapon when, say, those big guys come. So, like, is it a... What is that supposed to be? I don't even know. All right, well, we got the Alice in Wonderland Tea Party. And we put the log down. So can we go through? Yep. Ah. Okay. Yes, I see it. Right? I'm a little bummed that the enemies are still grayscale in this Wizard of Oz Technicolor dream.
What is this? Courthouse?
The accused will take the stand now.
I guess that's me.
I, the judge and jury, find you guilty of all crimes.
Wait, what?
Are you guilty? Or are you guilty? For stealing the innocence of an art, we sentence you to die slowly.
Objection? Any more willing to, die?
God, what the heck? Okay, so I killed them until I ran out of ammo, which means there must be another way to solve that problem. Okay, so I gotta shoot the judge, I'm assuming. Are there moments when it's vulnerable? Because Oh!
Do you feel lucky?
Oh, man. Harsh. Any more willing to die?
Just for you.
What? Not guilty? I knew you'd say that.
Finally, God. Go back!
Honestly, Reggie, you are as dry as the ship biscuit after a very long voyage.
I like biscuits, Viv. What's wrong with that?
One down, one to go. Ah, if only it could be by any other smell. Great. Just great.
Guess I'll go here. No! Ah. Right. Oh wait, this is where I came from. Where? Where's that where I came from? That's where I come from. Oh. Oh.
Do not touch!
Beast Fatale? Oh dear God.
The hell?
Wow, okay. That's a heavy hitter. To heal myself. Alright, the fire damage does really good. I wonder how the acid is gonna do. It does okay. It's not quite as efficient as this, so let me use all of this ammo first. Half-life. How did it go around? Did you see that? It went around the pillar. It's a homing candelabra.
time! Just stop Pepper now!
So, oh, I know. Just need a wee change of scenery.
This scene's already a disaster, and you're not helping.
In and out! Just like that! Up I go! Bombs! A flow! In and out! Just like that! Off I go! Bombs! A flow! You sure make a mouse get around! Bombs away! That's it! I'm passing you to the Forget about it!
Yeah.
Just like that.
All right. I gotta give you props for that one.
Off I go! Bombs! A flow! You sure make a mouse get around! Up I go! Bombs! A flow! You sure make a mouse get around! You evil naughty mouse! On guard!
Buddy, this gunfight.
Oh my God!
Whoever grinds me some pepper gets a pay raise! I go. Bombs! A flow! In and out, just like that. Up I go. Bombs! A flow! Heads up, Sleuth!
Just like that. Up I go! Bombs! Aflow! I've got a perfect view from up here! Heads up, Sleuth! We could keep shooting for an hour and neither of us would win.
I just handed you your ass, genius.
Let's settle this the good old tinsel way! With a fist!
By the power of cinema rules, I accept. What? Where the hell did I just say that?
Prepare for a lesson in pain! Oh, woe is me. The rest is silence.
Well, shut the hell up then.
Oh. Vivian, it's time.
Slipped right out, that minx. And now she's littering too?
I've slipped through your fingers once more. Don't pout. It only wrinkles that magnificent brow I used to dream of rubbing. Yours, Viv. P.S. BMP killed Betty.
And then came the letter. For me. Oh, that woman.
As always, a femme fatale. What did she do? She just fly through the ceiling? Is that how she got out? What the heck?
That woman. Sure, she got away. But it didn't feel like a bust. The mystery was solved. That's gotta count for something, right? Still, it's a shame we cracked a few too many eggs making this omelette au fromage. All's well and done, until it ain't. C'est la vie. Well, Vivian's out of the picture. Pretty sure Wanda could spin a killer piece out of this.
Big potty or bad potty? This copy of the Mouseburg Herald is a true collector's dream. The whole issue got yanked out of the paperboy's hands within the hour of hitting the streets. Penned by the current editor-in-chief back when he was just a hack with more ambition than sense, it's packed with accusations aimed straight at the Big Mouse Party. Shady deals with the Tinsel brothers, handshakes with old-world interest groups, even whispers of bribery and murder. The fact that said editor-in-chief, after a brief stay in the ER, swiftly became a card-carrying BMP loyalist is definitely a pure coincidence. And there's the letter.
Feels like the pieces are lining up.
Here we got any more dialogue.
Jack?
Yeah.
Ouch. And here I was, hoping to squeeze some juicy headlines out of you. What happened? Bad case of a case going bad?
It didn't just go bad, it wrapped me around its finger like a piece of string cheese. Sent me chasing my own tail through a parade of crooks and ghosts, and somewhere along the way, an innocent, if deeply corrupt, mouse took a bullet.
Charming. And what do you call this case, I wonder?
You're already planning to make a hell of a piece out of this cheese storm, ain't you?
The woman's name, Jack. 'Cause there was a woman, right?
Vivian. Ms. Vivian McCarthy.
McCarthy. McCarthy? Ugh! You don't mean that hot-headed starlet who torpedoed her own career by spiking the director's fondue with blue cheese to make it more amicable?
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, wasn't exactly front-page news. Tinsel Avenue's bigwigs swept it under the rug. Bad look and all.
Not really. She's quite easy on the eyes.
Right. So what's her angle?
Vivian was chasing ghosts, swore her friend Betty Lynch didn't just OD, and said it was a setup. Blamed the film industry for it. Turns out, she was half right. It was a hit, just had nothing to do with Tinsels. Betty was the type to show up at every party sticking her nose where it didn't belong. Thought she could play all sides and not get burned. I checked, and, well, let's just say it involved BMP notables. So I looked into Miles Curd, BMP's mouthpiece, checking if he was the guy who tied the noose. But nah. Curd was tangled up with Betty, sure, but he wasn't the executioner. Vivian, on the other hand, didn't wait for the jury. She jumped the gun. In the most literal sense.
Oh.
Later I found out the mob was behind it. One party too many, you know? Betty ran her mouth to the wrong ear and probably didn't even mean to. By the time I figured out the mob had Betty whacked, Curd was already a pile of dust in a very expensive suit.
And?
And seen.
You did at least try to catch her, right?
I tried. Tried to talk some sense into her. You can guess how well that went. She's a slippery little thing. The most dangerously curved tail I've ever
Focus, Jack.
Well, she's long gone by now. Probably skipped town. All I've got is a lipstick-smudged letter, a guilty conscience, a very vivid memory of her.
You know what? I'll fill in the details myself. This is 6th page True Detective fluff anyway.
Suit yourself. Just don't make me look like a moron this time.
You're not making it easy, Jack. Like, not at all.
Nope. Nope. What about that kid? No. Good. Any new papers? Yeah. Bad press for Big Mouse Party. We read this one already, didn't we? This is what we put on the wall. Oops, I think this is a glitch. Alright. Another comic strip. So when he asked me to buy him just a small wheel of blue cheese, I hit the nearest drugstore. By the time I got back, well, he was done for. But I had an idea. Nothing new. 7. Nice. Kiss, kiss. Increases max ammo and projectile count, boosts pushback and burn damage over time. Nice. Ooh, it's got a little skull on it. I like it. Right, I think that's everyone I can talk to. I'm gonna save and call it a night. Thank you everyone for joining me for this week's episode of Scotch and Smoke Rings. Again, apologize for last week, missing the episode, 4th of July and all that, but here we are back in form. Tune in next week, same Ox time, same Ox channel, for the next episode in Scotch and Smoke Rings. We'll play more Mouse PI until I get my computer CPU problems fixed. Until then, I'm working on a new lore video. I hope you guys look forward to it. And have a wonderful night. I know I'm going straight to bed. Have a good one. Bye-bye, everybody.
Enjoy.